T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And ignition and liftoff of.
I'm Tracy.
And I'm Christian.
And we are Tumbleweed RvLife.
Good morning, everyone. How is everyone? Hope everybody had an awesome week as usual.
We had a very busy week.
We had a very busy week, and of course the weather's not cooperating.
No.
But tell us a little bit about your week. What's the weather like where you're at? So good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Somebody's here.
Somebody's here.
Somebody's here. There's somebody on Facebook and there's somebody on YouTube. So
cool.
Say hello and let us know what the weather's like where you're at in your neck of the woods. We have an awesome show today. We managed to have some time to prepare amongst the craziness of getting the house ready for a rental.
You prepared more than I did.
Well, it's all about we.
Yes, I like how you say we.
We. And sometimes it's me and sometimes it's her. Tracy.
Mostly him.
Yeah.
I was in the house most of the time, getting the house ready for rental.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Busy.
And my work picked up, which is, thank God, because it was looking disastrous. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Amanda.
And
everybody's awake over there?
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
The girls are there.
Are they?
Yep, they are.
Oh, I didn't realize they started.
They got them early to get them ready for
school.
them ready for the routine of school. Hopefully, they can get into that routine of getting up early.
Yeah. So
it's going to be a tough one.
We'll put it up now, but it was little man's first birthday.
Oh my God!
Isn't he cute?
He is the cutest baby ever.
So that should put a smile to your face, Amanda.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to be one of our most favoritist picture.
It is my most favoritist picture.
Your face, Amanda.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, you can't play it at all.
I can't play it at all.
Okay.
It came on. I don't know why.
I don't know because I don't know if that's gonna hurt the bandwidth at all. And
I don't know either.
Let's see, Amanda, my handsome.
Yes. Yeah. Oh man, I love that picture.
Yeah.
I had to because he looked so like, and he even had the little thumbs up. Isn't that the cutest thing? Look it. It looks like he's got a little thumbs up. Oh my God. Oh, so I could look at that all day.
Yeah. So that was an awesome birthday.
It was an awesome birthday.
It was. We had his big birthday last weekend.
Yeah, it was before his birthday.
At the park.
At the park, yeah.
So yes, our little man.
It's adorable.
So he looked devious.
Yes, he did.
Cute. Yeah.
He did. He looked like I am sexy and I know it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So what's on the agenda for today, Papa?
I don't know. We had a busy week and it all started last weekend. We're actually on the live just before the live. I think it was Friday last week, just before the live.
Yes.
We actually took the camper off the Gray Steed, so Tristan is sitting on his own, and the next day I went to start the truck, and it wouldn't start, and it turned out that the battery on the left of this picture failed. That's what it turned out to be. So
take off Amanda's comment, sorry.
Yeah.
Before you go.
So the battery on the left failed, so we had to have it boosted, and it did start. But it was totally flat. There was no lights. There was no life at all in the truck.
So you did mention though that on the way back home, the rats had peed on it. So
Oh, so okay. So you get a little bit more context there.
Yeah.
So when we came back from Baja last time, so so 2019-20, we spent the winter in Baja, and we had a rat problem in the engine compartment. So we were putting the baits on the batteries for them to eat and hopefully go away. And so they ended up peeing on the batteries, and the one on the right failed on the way home. It cracked. The top housing cracked. So we replaced that on the way up, and now the other one, it didn't crack, it didn't fail, it just died. Like it just died internally, and so it was replaced, and it was under warranty, which is pretty darn cool. So that was amazing. So we didn't have to pay for that. So there's the new battery. It's a Ford battery, and they replaced it under warranty. So that was cool.
Oh, that's always a sad thing.
Yeah. Hey, we were just talking about you guys.
We were.
Yeah. That Tracey was saying that we need to go.
We need an update.
Well, no, that we need to go live more often.
We do need to go live more often because
we don't have time to make videos.
We just don't have time to make videos anymore.
Yeah. And it's going to get worse, I think, no matter what.
Well, right now it's been really busy. We've been working on the house, but I want to update on their house. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Like, how's it going? So, I know he's like, you must be extremely busy, like working and then trying to move into a house.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even imagine. Like, we're trying to renovate what we've got.
Well, renovate. It's not major renovations.
Well, okay.
We're trying to clean up, basically, and
yeah,
touch up some paint. And
Papa got a little mad at me because I started patching, and Papa said, "Oh, it's just a rental," but it looked terrible. It got pushed. Oh boy. Okay.
So work is keeping you busy then.
Well, I hope, yeah.
Because you haven't gone live, we don't exactly know. Now we haven't. We looked at your channel this morning. Unfortunately, we've been so busy. Kind of, just seeing the kind of short clips. You guys are just doing shorts. Yeah. Which is great because it's like it keeps you out there.
Right. It helps and kind of keeps us relevant to what's happening. But because your guys' life to us is like the Truman Show.
Yeah. We're just working. I work one full-time job and a part-time on my days off at a jewelry store.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I said to him, she's got 2 jobs.
I think you guys, have plans to do something with that house. I think that's why you're working so hard. But it'll be really interesting.
I would love. Yeah, I can't wait.
When you guys have time to come up for air and kind of let us know.
So anyway,
what you're thinking.
Papa got mad because I started renovating. As in painting.
Well, every time you patch a hole with compound, you have to paint.
Well, yes.
So she patched everywhere in every room. And
well, you know what? There was big gouges. Like the renters are renters, and I get what he's saying. Like, it's going to happen. There's going to be
dings look who's here
and stuff. And good morning.
Our destination and creations. Good morning.
Hey,
Jane is here. Good
Jane.
Morning. So let's see, Ardez. Let's just see. Let's check the. I think. Well, it's been a while since we haven't seen you.
Well, I finished my story.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm talking about us renovating the house, and I say renovating because there was big holes, and I had to patch. I couldn't let somebody stay there with dings, and it just looked terrible. Anyway, so I painted the one room. And then I went into the other room, and I noticed the little boy that was in there. Oh my! There was dings and scrapes and paint coming off, and I was like, oh man! So I started patching in there. Well, he went in there and he got upset. So I fixed the patches. I just sanded it down and left it. But I painted the one room because it was bad. There was like pinholes everywhere. The previous tenant, before this guy even, had put in a fairy light. So she had hooks and everything for these fairy lights everywhere. So there was little tiny holes everywhere. It was like, oh my goodness. Oh, what did she say?
So the house appraised 14,000 more than what they paid for it.
Nice.
So you always worry that did we pay too much?
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
especially in this market, I think a lot of RVers are going to come off the road. I've seen it with many channels that they bought land and set up like little homesteads.
Guys, you're smart to buy something.
Yeah,
you're really smart.
Buy land, buy a house, buy something, because
something.
Inflation is going to eat our breakfast. The thing is, the shortage in trucks because of microchips. I just quickly toyed and put our truck and camper on the market. Like I put an ad to sell it, and it's like boom, 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 boom. Like we just got bombarded with people who were interested, and we actually had somebody that was ready to come over and make us an offer.
Good morning, Gina. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, look at that.
We
Gina.
have some, I told Papa about, we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that today,
yeah,
but
so
not right now.
We have some content. We have some content. So we have a great show. We have really a
lot of information.
Diverse, on different topics, but
I'll try and not squirrel, because I tend to squirrel off the topic. So
and we have a guest next hour, and we're already 15 minutes into the first hour.
Exactly.
So it's great because people are now arriving. So have a look at RV Diaz, because we have not seen her in a while.
Yes.
So Des and my dog is Zena. There you go.
What a beautiful name.
So yeah, that's a very nice.
Beautiful name.
Yeah, it is.
It sounds regal.
So M21, it's getting close. It's getting really close, guys.
I'm freaking out.
September 1st next week.
Oh,
so wow.
I know.
So we're waiting.
Kids are going back to school.
Yeah.
Grandbabies are going to school.
That's what we do. So Des, our destination. I love it. And creations. So
it's Rhonda.
I'm just
I see a lot of her stuff on Facebook. That's how come maybe I know more.
Okay.
What's happening?
Excellent. So yeah, we have a mixed bag. But Gina, you were talking to Tracy about the health effects of the sun.
Yeah,
in terms of what happens on the sun.
I was kind of worried about her.
So yeah, I mean, yesterday they said health effects, but it's different. But we're going to give you some background information that if anybody wants to go study a little bit more about that and know more about how the sun affects the planet in terms of climate, health effects, animal behavior.
Rhonda, I hope you do make it to M21. I think it's going to be a blast. There's going to be a lot of people there.
7 people in the room.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Finish your story. I'm sorry. I had to. When I see the chat, I want to answer them right away.
It's like we're a pinball,
Well, if anybody has been watching any of these of our lives and stuff, I tend to squirrel. Like Papa has it on a fixed schedule, and I'm the one that is the little squirrel, and I jump around.
Yeah, so might as well. So hey, let's get going.
Let's do it.
So let's do the features of the week. Now I don't have an animation for that, unfortunately.
No.
Are you also on there?
Yes.
Would you be able to just put the chat kind of in front of you?
Yes.
Yep. Because,
I know.
I need to go in another screen.
Yep, I've got it.
We want.
That's why I put the chat on. I put on my phone so that I can I usually have a computer, but it's in the house.
So you know how we've been talking. So the first thing is feature of the week is tip of the week, and we've been talking about the last few weeks about if you're new to RVing, you should really try before you buy. So you should go rent. So I found a great video this week, which is about that, which is about renting. And this is, the big rental companies. So Cruise America RV. So the link of the video is in the description, but let's just have a quick listen.
Get off the road! All right.
So there you go. We'll just play that in the background here. I'm just going to.
You see those a lot, like in Canada, especially in BC. Well, I don't know about right now, but a lot in the summer.
I don't know what they're called, but Vancouver and Calgary.
Oh man,
that's where you pick up, you fly in, because a lot of people want to cruise the Rocky Mountains.
Yes.
In Canada,
and so they pick those up.
And that's an option if like you want to try the RV life, is to rent one.
Yeah.
Just rent one, and you know this is like renting from Hertz or rent a car or Avis. It's the same thing, but you're renting an RV.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to pay a little bit more, but this is what these people do. They're professional at it, and really you only have a choice of motorhomes at that point. But they have, I think, 3 different. They have small, medium, large. So, but they don't have freaking huge.
Good morning, Tim. How are you this morning?
Tim, our first MoBang FoYoBucks. How you doing, Tim? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning.
I loved your picture on Gina's live that you sent.
Yes.
I'm trying to convince Papa that he needs to do a shirtless back pic like you guys did.
Yeah, but
I don't have a van, but
I have no ass, so it's not like maybe I have to get on the cycle and try to pump up those glutes a bit. So
Gina, I'm gonna try and get him to. I'm gonna try and get a picture of Papa.
So there you go. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there someday. So have a look at that video. If we've been promoting more outdoorsy, so let's look at outdoorsy. So we've been looking at that for the last few months, and I thought of a great scenario. Tracy and I have been wanting to go to Eastern Canada and basically do the Maritimes, the Cape Breton Trail, Newfoundland.
Yes.
And it just hasn't been working out.
So bad.
If we wanted to do a quick trip without having to drive all across there, the possibility would be to fly to Montreal and let's see what's available for RVs in Montreal. And so we'll just look up here and boom, there are the RVs all available around Montreal. Now the prices are fairly high, but let's look at where were the filters more. No, let's see. I had found a great filter here.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, Gina, I'm gonna send in our pets pictures. It's pet pictures of the week.
Okay, so there's the filter. So because we're flying, we won't have our tow vehicle, so let's look and filter for all drivables, right? Show 156 of them. So check it out. So maybe we'll do a price restriction. We don't want to pay.
Good morning, Captain Jack.
We don't want to pay more than, let's say, around 124. 15 vehicles. So let's just see what that gives us.
This is outdoorsy, though.
This is outdoorsy.
Yeah.
So this is a club where private individuals rent their RVs out. And so basically like Airbnb, for the houses, right?
Kind of.
So you can select anything you want. So now this is our example, but if you wanted to get into van life, right? You wanted to get into van life, you can rent one from somebody that's got one and see if that's what's for you.
If it's too small, if it's just right. I like that idea because sometimes it's a big purchase. It's a big purchase, and you don't want to make that big purchase without knowing exactly, is this going to work for me? Is it not? Hey, good morning, Corey.
Corey.
Awesome. Corey.
Yeah, but she's not
with
on the
these
chat.
hands. Oh, yes, she is.
Where? Well, she hasn't showed up yet on
Facebook.
Mine's delayed. Oh, Facebook.
Right there.
Oh, way up here.
My goodness.
Oh, geez. I missed one.
Hey,
Corey.
I don't miss those chats.
Hey. Well, somebody's got to be on it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah. Corey, you want to say what Corey does?
She is the owner-operator of With These Hands in Regina, Saskatchewan here, where we are at. She's actually currently hiring, which my daughter had told me about.
So what is the business?
Basically, With These Hands is artists, artisans, and they sell their works in the store. It is a great place to feature and show your art, show your work. There's even food. Her sister Teresa makes little goodies. I believe it's every Saturday.
Okay. Anyways, and I think there's kiosks.
Friday,
like
Saturday.
I think there's kiosks or
Yes.
booth or like.
Well, like they got little stations for everybody. It's the coolest thing. I love it because you can show your art, your whatever you're doing. Yeah, maybe you got a picture.
Is that what it is?
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Wow, you got a great website there, Corey.
So we'll just bring it up here.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah, it's on the screen. So
Excuse me.
we don't have any products to show. Okay, so that's the website.
That's the website anyway.
So let's go to Facebook and see what's
There it is.
So check it out.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not sure, Corey, if you put stuff online, can people
She does
order?
Yeah, she does. No, they don't order. They have to actually go to the store. I don't know if you can get it shipped and stuff. But see, there's even food. She's got some new products. This is something we didn't really.
Fantastic life ventures.
It just came on because we saw Corey, but we didn't really discuss this, so I don't know exactly how it works. Like I think you have to actually go to the store. I don't think they can ship or deliver. I'm not totally sure on that. Don't quote me. You go to the website, go to Facebook, ask Corey. She'll give you all the information.
So Fantastic
Jane,
Life Ventures.
Jane,
is this you? Fantastic Travels? I'm not sure if you so I'm not sure. If it's not you, let us know. Let us know your name, and we'll put you on the VIP list.
You don't have them?
We don't. Fantastic. No, I don't have.
Maybe you put it somewhere else.
I don't know. Unless
you might have put it somewhere else.
Well, let's just see.
Right there, Fantastic Travels, Sherry.
Yeah, but that's Fantastic Life Ventures.
Oh, it's different. Maybe they changed their name.
Yeah, so let us know if you've changed your name. Fantastic.
Well, anyway, excuse me, Jane went to Abbotsford. Looks like she stayed 2 nights in her van. Did she say?
So anyway, so these helping hands. So if you're around Regina, you stop in, check it out when next time you come to Regina.
Yeah, with these hands.
Yeah, so that's cool. So welcome, Regina, Saskatchewan. You're from Regina? Fantastic Life Ventures. Okay, we see. Okay, yeah. So I don't think we have you. So wow.
Where is Jane? Where is Jane?
Wow. Okay, so I guess we're both looking, but let me put you on right now.
I'm not too sure.
Let me put you on the VIP list.
Yeah.
So we don't forget to look you up.
Well, if you're
later.
from Regina, what is happening right now?
Fantastic Life.
How come we don't have you?
Ventures. So are you new to our channel?
Are you?
Is this the first time on one of our lives?
Yeah, but I don't think so.
So I'm going to go have a quick look here.
I switched to YouTube. I was on FB. Oh, that's what happened.
Sorry, who was that?
Jane. She went to YouTube now. She was on Facebook.
Yeah.
She was the one that was on Facebook. Sometimes it's easier on YouTube, like to see or to keep up with the chats even.
Yeah,
Just listening.
We must have missed something. So we'll just kind of put it here. So we'll do it right. We'll play a video. Okay, just in the background. And
hey, I think we know you.
Yeah. So so we'll just play that in the background.
Cool.
We noticed that we are not connected yet. We'll call it connected. And we'll do that once the video has stopped playing, and we'll give it a thumbs up.
Okay. Sorry, I think we scrolled off a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jane had mentioned, I can't find it in the chat now, it's gone. But she had mentioned she went to Abbotsford and stayed in her van or her, yeah, for a little bit, for 2 nights.
There we go. I went to the mainland to a street.
Met you in Weyburn. Yeah, see, we met them in Weyburn.
But somehow
But how come we don't have you on the VIP?
Yeah, well, I think because at the meetup we didn't follow up, like we didn't follow through to check out the channel and put them on the VIP list.
Oh.
So
well, that's my bad.
That is being corrected right now.
That's
so
banking happening.
All right. So okay. So spent, what is it?
Oh, there it is.
I put foamies in the SUV and just slept in my car 2 nights. Isn't it great? Like,
yes.
you know, it takes a little bit.
At the rest area. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to. But,
it does. How did you sleep, Jane? Because it's not like the side of the road. At least you're in a rest area, but like the side of the road was really difficult for me because I could hear the cars, and I need it dark and I need it quiet in order to sleep. It was really hard.
So Sherry's channel is now Backroads Art Studio.
Okay, we need to change that.
Okay, and so what did I have?
Thank you, Rhonda. I didn't know that she changed.
Okay, I'm just.
I mean, we have been out of the loop for the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, with this reno of this house. Yeah, we've been trying really hard to get it done. I mean, September 1st is coming. We've got 2 people coming to look.
Well, one is pretty much
Sunday.
Yeah. One is for sure going to rent one of the bedrooms.
Thank goodness. At least we'll have one person.
So I am just trying to. I'm squirreling. My mind is everywhere right now. So.
Oh, it's contagious.
Yeah. So
I told you, if you're with me, you got to be able to be a pinball and go from one topic to the other, because I think I have ADHD.
Oh, we all do. We all do. We all have
some form of it.
Some form of dysfunction.
Barefoot Adventures, good morning.
Wow, hello, good morning.
How are you? How are you this morning?
Yeah, so what's the weather like where you're at? Where are you?
What's the weather like?
Yeah, we're Canadian. First thing we talk about is the weather. So
I got leaded coffee this morning, guys.
You do?
Oh yes.
Where'd you get that?
From inside the house. I used the Keurig that's inside the house, and I made some leaded coffee. Yes, we are weirdos, and you know what? I'm proud.
We haven't seen.
I will sing it loud and proud.
We haven't seen Barefoot in a while, so we put their links in the chat here. So if anybody, so Fred and Cindy and corgis, Vinny and Luna.
Yes.
Luna, hey, that's Luna's my daughter's horse name.
Yep.
Which they must be really busy because we haven't seen Tasha yet.
Well, you know,
parking.
Tasha and Paul. Well, you know, Tasha got married, so Tasha and Paul are actually they got a new gig.
Well, they have a side gig that they're working on, but
yeah.
We'll
let her
go
check out her channel.
I don't know if there's anything on there.
I'm sure she's got some videos out
on the Mayor of Weirdoville. Okay.
You want to plug your daughter's channel for really quick before you go on?
Well, it'll show up in the chat, but it's Cowgirl Parking, so check that out.
Yes, Tim, we are all weirdos, and like I said, I will sing it loud and proud.
Yes.
Yes, high octane coffee. Jane, I don't normally drink leaded, and the reason I have to is because I was up till 2 last night, and I could not sleep. I'm just anxious to get the painting done, the house reno done before Sunday, because the girl's coming Sunday to check out the room.
Yeah, so we kind of have to wrap things up and
really fast. Yeah.
You know how there's tools and vacuum cleaners and
normal people
drop cloths and painting supplies, so it is crazy.
Normal people are boring.
So don't you love it? It's like we can't seem to stay on one topic.
No.
We just can't. So, you know, Facebook.
And it's worse now because like I said, I got leaded coffee, so it gets worse.
Yeah. So moving right along.
Moving right along, Papa.
So, so that's the rental. So we have another video. So feature of the week. I believe this is product of the week. Let's have a look here. Number 2, featured product, binoculars. Yes. So, basically staying connected on the road, right? That's always a tough one.
Yeah.
So we have an update on InstaConnect.
Yes.
Let me get the comment out of there. So let's just again have a listen to this.
We don't understand.
You guys can't hear the video?
Can't hear the video?
It should be.
It should be okay. We've got it on. I don't understand why the video is not working.
Where is it?
Interesting.
Stop. Let me try again.
Yeah.
Let me try to share the screen again. And make sure that I hit the share audio.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Okay, let's
try that again.
So technical difficulties. Oh, okay. So I will start it there. Got it. Okay, tell us if you can hear it now. I'm going to mute us so we don't get an echo.
Hello and welcome to Sage Creek Campground. This is in the Badlands National Park. This is one of our favorite spots. The kids and I used to come out here probably 3 or 4 times in a row, right to this spot right here. I mean, you can see the front yard right there. Pretty amazing. This spot right here is a fringe spot. Whenever we would come, we would struggle to get pretty good internet here, even with the equipment that I had. So I wanted to use this spot to demonstrate the difference between the standard InstaConnect Angel Wings and the binoculars system. One of the reasons why I made the InstaConnect modular is because I wanted to give you tons of tools in your toolbox when it comes to finding good LTE cellular internet. Right now, we just sell the Angel Wings, and that's our omnidirectional device. And then we're selling the binoculars as well, which is the directional. So I'm going to show you the difference between them, how to hook them up, and what you can expect when you're out in the fringe zones. Okay, so I got my modem. I'm going to put it inside the Angel Wings with Verizon, and we're going to get a speed test of just running the Angel Wings, and then we're going to get out the binoculars and we'll set them up, and then we'll get that going. So if you haven't seen anything about the InstaConnect yet, this is how simple it is to get.
Okay, so now there's my ADD,
okay,
right?
The reason it's really fast talking is because in order to get through the videos, to watch our videos really quickly, Christian puts them on, is it 1.5?
Well, I like 1.75. You can still hear and it doesn't get all jumbled together.
But it goes faster?
It goes faster because, give me the information, ADD here, attention. I need it now. It's like I can absorb information fast, so give it to me fast. So I find
that's why.
I find 1.25 just gets you can still hear the information and it runs a little faster. But let's go back and watch.
This thing going. I got the modem. Stick it inside. Put the antennas on. And I have a couple wires up here because I was doing some testing with the 5G. But I have this wire here that goes down to my router. Plug it in like that. Slide it up. And then put the Angel feet on there. Snap it into place. Okay. So this is the 4G unit right here. We're going to let it boot up and then see what we get as far as speeds go. Okay. I'm going to head down. I want to give you a point of reference here as to what it would be like if you did not have the InstaConnect. So I got Tina's phone here. She's got the same plan as I have inside the InstaConnect. She's got the grandfathered. We have 2 grandfathered Verizon plans from way, way back. So she's got it in her phone. She's got an iPhone 11 Pro, and let's run it here. We connected to Verizon, and it at first, yeah, okay, so it seems to struggle a bit, and you can see that just like my phone, it has 1 bar of LTE, and I'm wondering if maybe just we're standing by the camper, maybe we're blocking the signal a little too much, so we're gonna come out here in the open air, and hopefully you can see that. We'll try to run it again. Now okay, so we went to 3 bars 3G down here, so it really struggles. Just the phone really struggles to be able to get a connection. And this is what I was talking about before. Even with our old equipment, we struggled to get a decent working connection. You know, if you just have a phone here, you don't get much of a connection. It boots you down to 3G. But I'm going to try. It's still thinking. I'm going to try to get it to run one. And okay, so we got some numbers now. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, here we go. All right, so we are getting a little bit of 3G action. About 0.9, not 1 megabit down, 0.01. That's virtually no upload, right? So what I'm going to do real quick is just hook up to the InstaConnect right on her phone, and we'll run it just side by side, right? So you can see speed test. All right. Okay, I'm just move back into a little bit of shade here. Okay, here we go. This is running off the InstaConnect, just the wings, okay? So with just the wings, you can see we're getting 14, 15, and then just about, yeah, a little bit more than 1. So a pretty decently usable signal, about 15 down, about 1 up, just from the Wi-Fi. So right there is what most people are seeing. They're getting to places where their phones are struggling to have a decent internet, and they have the Angel Wings, and if they have them up, it'll do a good job of pulling in the signal. So just for reference here, I'm going to put her phone down and grab my phone. Even with the Angel Wings, the speed still rocks pretty nicely. But 20 down, it went from about a 1 to about a half. So right in between a half and 1 meg upload, but 20.3 down. All right, so that's the omnidirectional Angel Wings. Okay, so we specifically designed those to help get a really good signal and help pull in a signal pretty much anywhere you are. So you can see, I mean, way out here in the fringe, the Angel Wings still work exceptionally well. And that's what most people who buy the InstaConnect are seeing. They're hooking it up and they're saying, wow, this is about double what I used to see. It's because I spent a lot of time and effort going to places like this in Arizona and Florida and fine-tuning those antennas to really pull in a good signal. And then in turn, if you can get the best signal possible, you can usually get a really, really good speed. The only thing you can control is how good of a signal can you get. And so that's why I created those antennas the way I did. That's why they're working so well. All right, so let me grab the binoculars and I will show you what they look like. So here are the binoculars. Now, if you notice, they have this very similar shape to the Angel Wings. The antennas are kind of at a 45-degree angle, but you notice that they protrude on one end. And essentially, that's where you point these in the direction of the tower. And these are directional antennas. They're called LPDA antennas. Now, all that means is I don't know if you could see it in the sun. You can kind of see it. There's inside there's a bunch of elements. Back here, they're taller, and then they go shorter, 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 shorter. And a lot of people will call this a Yagi antenna, but that's not actually correct. This is a log periodic dipole antenna. All that means is that they put in a bunch of different frequencies in here. So these long ones are for the lower frequencies, and as you get closer to the top, the shorter ones are for the higher frequencies. And because it has this directional feel to it, there's actually a backing plate right here.
Okay, so he's getting pretty technical. He's a technical guy, but he's really smart. And so the InstaConnect is a system that he's built based on his expertise and going to these places where he was struggling in campgrounds. His system, you could be in a campground that the cell towers are jammed, but his little box programs to find the channels on the cell towers that are not being utilized. And so you'll always get great, the best possible connectivity off the cell systems that you can get. So there is a link to the video. Go to his channel. Within his channel, there's information about InstaConnect. He has videos explaining how he developed it, what it's about. It's you put your order in and you go into the sequence for shipping. He's actually building these in a shop. He's 3D printing that angel wing antenna.
Yeah.
So, and he orders all the components from China. He has his own firmware. Anyways, go have a look. It's a great system. So there's two connection systems. Sorry, internet connection that we're following right now as a potential replacement to our cell booster, and it's the InstiConnect and Starlink. So we have an update on Starlink also during the show. So
yeah,
yes, there's a lot of different systems out there, but like where you can, it's a service, I forget what it's called, Nomads, I think,
right.
where you're basically renting the SD card for different providers. The problem with that is that deal can eventually just get pulled, right, because they are middle people.
Robin from what's her channel? Robin?
Yeah, Robin. Everybody knows Robin.
Everybody knows Robin. Anyway, she talked about those cards. Good morning, Pause and Effect. Do we have them on our VIP list? Pause and Effect?
Pause and Effect.
Right there. Go up.
No, I don't think so.
Good morning, Wanda Wander.
Yeah. So
howdy.
So Pause and Effect. No, I don't
know. Let us check to see if you're on our VIP list.
If you're on the VIP list, let's make sure. I don't.
That helps with the directions.
Sorry. So let me just check while we do that. Anything you want to talk about?
Yes. Tim said that it's nothing new. They just invented rearranging the rooftop TV antenna.
Oh, it's way more than that, Tim. Go look at his channel and look at his development videos as to why it's different than any. You cannot get anything that performs like this out there stock, from the different cell boosters that are out there now. You will never get anything that
Pause and Effect. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah. So Pause and Effect. Sorry.
Pause and Effect.
Let's just see.
Let's just check to see if you're on there.
Yeah. So Pause is PAZ.
PAWZ. Pause and Effect.
Yes, we do have you. So.
Yep.
Good morning.
Do we have the yeah, Husky. They have a Husky.
There we go.
So, a Great Dane, Priscilla, Husky.
We'll just put it in the chat here. So good morning.
Good morning, guys. We'll just put your little link in the chat.
Right in the chat there. So yeah, we are our own moderators. So it's definitely a busy morning. So let us know how you are doing. Brad and Christina. So is it Brad, Christina, or both? And let us know where you're at and what's the weather like today.
What's the weather? We're Canadian. Gotta know what the weather is.
Gotta know. Gotta know what's going on. So there you go. Back to
Tim, Tracy, Des, and Jane. Wanna wander.
Oh, okay.
That was you?
No, I didn't put that up.
Well, somebody did.
Well, it wasn't me.
Well, it says Tumbleweed RvLife did.
Yeah, I wonder if it's
maybe Stream Elements.
No, Stream Elements would say Stream Elements. So wow, I didn't put that in.
My hair is just crazy this morning. I don't know what's happening. I think I need bangs. I haven't had bangs in a long time, but I need a change. There's my question for the day. What do you think I should do to my hair? I cannot. It's kind of curly still. I got a little bit of a perm left, but if I don't have a perm, my hair is bone straight. I mean, it is bone straight, and I hate it. And I need a perm because usually I wear it like this. What do you? All
right, RV of the week. So when I looked at Palomino,
I scrolled.
We are joined to different Facebook groups specifically for truck campers, and there was a question from somebody asking about Palomino. And
sorry, Jane. I didn't realize Richard was there with you. Good morning, Richard.
Jane and Richard.
It's usually just Jane.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if we could just do a quick trip to the coast?
Oh,
and the island?
I would love it.
It's just like, yeah.
I need some fresh peaches, but we can't.
I can cut bangs for you.
Awesome. I think I need bangs.
Where are you? Where are you?
Yeah, where are you? Because I think I need some bangs.
I am in Reading. or is it Reading?
Are you close to me? I'm still in Regina or Reading. It says Reading.
Reading. We are in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada.
Canada.
And we are stuck on this side of the border.
Yes. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Okay, so getting back to Palomino. So somebody was asking about Palomino campers, and on the Facebook group, I think Truck Campers Canada, and people just trashed it. Like, people do not like the Palomino. And if you kind of look at these pictures, so I'm going to come down here. I'm just going to make this full screen for a second, and I'm looking for the heaviest one. So it would be this one. Okay, and we'll go to the pictures, and you'll see this is their biggest camper, queen size bed, one slide with the dinette and refrigerator, and it only comes in a wet bath option. So you know, if we explore the 3D space here, the 3D view, you will note that the finish is really cheap. Look, and these ones don't even have a dinette. Because everybody wants theater seating now. People hate dinettes. They are not comfortable. But if you look at the level of finish, it's, you know, it's not like, this is melamine counter, you know, single sink. It's a wet bath. You know, we'll go back here. So this is a wet bath. Just really, really cheaply built. You will not be happy if you're going full time. More recommended if you want to look at these, at kind of some decent one slide campers that are really well built, well insulated. Go to Arctic Box. Go have a look at this. They have a wonderful one slide camper, and it comes in both. It comes both dry and wet bath. So if you go with the wet bath, it's a little smaller and it gives you more counter space, and you'll be much happier with the Arctic Box, especially if you like to camp like full time and you want to be able to go in cold and hot climates. Much better, and much better construction than the Palomino. So spend the extra money, and definitely you will be much happier in the end. You will not cry.
Good morning, Tash and Paul. They're on the way to Calgary to get a couple more pallets, so this should be exciting. I love what you guys are doing. I don't know, do they have a video out yet?
I don't know if you're going to put it on your Cowgirl channel, in terms of maybe that's a new direction for your channel too.
Maybe.
New kind of content, you know, topic.
Mm-hmm.
I think people would be.
A lot of people will be interested, Tasha, because a lot of people do garage sailing to find antiques and stuff, and it's a niche. I know you're not going for antiques, but the niche is there. In terms of like garage selling or surprise boxes, what you want to do and stuff like that. So, you know, you should.
James Catanese. Good morning,
James.
How are you?
How are you feeling this morning, James? I think a post on Facebook. Excuse me. I want to know how you're doing this morning, hon.
So back here, look at that. Yeah. Or we can go like this. Yeah, I go like that. So we're just going to talk about membership of the week featured. So we always talk about Togo. We're learning more and more about it, but I will show you here. So first of all, if you hit our link, you will get a discount. Okay, so it's not $39 a year. You can get a free version and check out all the stuff you get for free. But I want to point out to all the stuff you get when you go with the pro membership. You get RV specific GPS navigation. You get discounts on products, right? You save on tires. Unlimited access to boondocking, so they have their own overnight RV parking is now under the umbrella. You get it for free. That's a $30 value. And discounts on, so 25% off Harvest Host included, and you get road trippers for free, another value of $30. So this is, you know, instead of buying all those individually, just go to Togo, and it's really cool. Like, they have access to a huge library of helpful customizable checklists, so you don't have to develop your own. So we just love Togo. It's our central app. We use Road Trippers all the time. We have been using it, and we moved to Togo to you get a login passport, and you get to go to all these other membership subscriptions for free.
I'm really sorry, James, about your leg. I can't even imagine the pain that you're in. I'm really praying for you. I really hope that it gets better. I don't know what the option is there, your alternative there. So. Hey, I'm worried about him.
Yeah.
He's got a sore leg. Like that's, oh my God. I can't even, my hip was hurting the other day. I can't even imagine having it constant.
Okay. Because we have a guest coming on in 8 minutes, so I just want to get through this. So we have a Starlink update. So let's just have a...
SpaceX is standing down on Starlink launches. What does that mean for those who are waiting patiently or impatiently to get their hands on a dishy McFlatface? Hi, I'm Chris with the Mobile Internet Resource Center, here to give you an update on the state of Starlink, SpaceX's massive satellite constellation designed to bring fast, low latency internet to basically everyone everywhere eventually. So when we last did a big update on Starlink in July, they had just finished launching the first full shell of their satellite constellation. So over 1,500 satellites going into their final orbits that would be able to give them coverage throughout most of the world, not the poles, but a big chunk of the planet once they reach their final orbits. Great, they got that first shell up. That was just the first of many, many shells in the first phase of Starlink. And we are expecting that over the summer, SpaceX is going to begin launching their next wave of Starlink shells and filling in more capacity, more coverage, adding coverage to the poles and everything else. Well, the summer has gone on and there has not been a full Starlink launch since back in May. What's going on? Well, we at last know why SpaceX has stopped launches. At the Space Warfighting Industry Forum this past week, SpaceX Chief Operating Officer and President Gwynne Shotwell shared that they are standing down from launches for a couple reasons. For one, they are being impacted by the same chip supply shortages that are impacting so many other industries. So they're having a hard time getting the parts they need to build satellites and presumably the dishy receivers. And so they're having some production delays. They're waiting for chips that are being slow to be manufactured. She said that they hope to be over the chip hump by October. And then for the other, they're just kind of taking advantage of this delay to finish the design for the next generation of the Starlink satellites that will actually use laser interlinks. So rather than have to have the signal go from you to a satellite and back down, the laser interconnected version of Starlink will allow the signal to go from you to satellite to satellite to satellite, back down. In the United States, that's not going to really matter because there's so many Starlink ground stations, but for anybody who's hoping to have Starlink coverage out to sea or in more remote areas, that lets them deploy coverage without deploying ground stations and is a key part of the future of Starlink's evolution. So they're like...
Okay, so we will stop it there. You can watch the rest of the video.
Yeah, it's a good video.
But that's the kind of the latest update on Starlink. So like other industries, those darn computer chips.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we have somebody fun ready.
Somebody's in the basement.
Oh, it's Josh. His name is Josh. So let's just see. We were wondering about that this morning because Josh never says his name on his videos, but he talks about, well, Autumn is doing something. Autumn is karaokeing today. Autumn. But we're looking through the video.
You gotta pump yourself up there, Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh, and this is Autumn. It's like, hi, I'm Christian.
And I'm Tracy.
Like it's become automatic now. But let's just see here. I have to get the little animation, and let's do this one.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
So, who is it? It's
Hi, Christian. This is Josh.
There we go.
You go.
This is
Look
Josh.
who it is.
And I'm Autumn.
There you go.
Well, look, it's Adventure Roads. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
We are good. We're very busy, but I'm glad to meet you guys today.
Yeah.
I
see that you guys have grown very quickly. Congratulations on hitting 2,000 friends on
Very
YouTube.
Good.
That is awesome.
Very good.
So, so when did you guys start your channel? Like really start producing videos and kind of finding your direction?
I would say it was the winter of 2018 is when we really decided to go ahead and do it. We did a video. There was a blizzard here in town, and everybody was talking about not being able to drive very good in our area, like you guys are up in Canada there.
Yeah.
A lot of people like their 4-wheel drive trucks and everything, so we decided to do a video with our old Grand Marquis 2-wheel drive, and we drove it through town.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
In the blizzard, and
you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, you couldn't see anything. So
there was no heat.
We kind of did a fun video in town that day, and then after that, we decided, hey, let's just keep doing them. We had a couple older videos from like 2015. We're still learning YouTube. There's so much. There's a lot of complexity to it.
Yeah,
there is.
But yeah, I would say 2018 is when we kind of decided, let's just keep doing them.
Well, you must be hitting the algorithm right, because I know like our channel, it was really weird. Like to get from 1,300 to 1,400, we've been stuck here.
Yeah.
And we just broke 1,400, and now this morning we're back to 1,394. Like our growth rate has just stopped, and strangely enough, it coincides with our reaching our first monetization check from YouTube.
Yes.
So we received our first payout, and at the same time our channel dies. So I don't know if it's coincidence or there's a relationship, but it's not like we're doing YouTube for
no.
It's not our main income, and it never will be.
No, it's just for fun, meeting new people, and it started for me, even on my channel, was to show the kids where we are. So
yeah.
What we have liked, I mean, because we're very much a variety channel. And I know most people, they would recommend just sticking with one thing all the time. And I think that's great too. We just can't help it. Sometimes we're just in the moment and like, hey, let's put this out there. But what's been fun with it is you'll get the occasional comment where it'll jot somebody's memory. And then it's really rewarding to see that. Just something you put out there, and then somebody will say, hey, I got the story to go along with that or whatever. And they wouldn't have even thought about it unless they seen what you did, and it made them remember that. So it's pretty neat.
Nice. I like that idea because the variety, well, for myself, like I said, I'm all over the place. I'm like a pinball, and you give me caffeine, it's worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a variety, like because of content, right? If you pigeon yourself too specifically, then and you try to change your content or change direction, you tend to lose your audience. People just kind of tune out, and your subscriber count might not suffer, but your watch time will in the end. So that's kind of cool. So what kind of the snowstorm, so was there anything that kind of inspired that? See, that type
before you answer that, when you were talking about that car,
yeah,
my memory got jogged. That was my dad's first car.
See?
Funny story about the car though. When he first got the car, I was like, no, because it's falling apart.
It's an ugly grandpa car.
And he's like, we can just imagine date night, going down the main drag, windows down, I'm like, okay. He loves that car.
Yeah, well, my dad sold the car to my son's friend, and he loved it. He how do you say when kids are younger, like I think he was 19, he bagged it. Like, I mean, he drove the heck out of it.
Yeah.
But he loved it.
Josh loves his car.
So real quick, and if I interrupt you, I'm good at doing that, and I don't ever mean to, but sometimes I do that.
Back.
So we are up in northern Michigan. It's called Kalkaska, Michigan. Kalkaska, and then we're actually moving about 15 minutes south of here, called Fife Lake, and the
Oh.
locals call it Fifi La Key. So, if I'm right, are you guys up in Alberta?
We are in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan. Okay.
Okay.
All
So
right.
we tend to go back and forth between
But we
Saskatchewan
love-
and Alberta.
We love Michigan.
Oh, do you?
We went across Canada. The furthest we got was Montreal and
Okay.
Ottawa, and then to come home, we went down through Niagara Falls that way.
Yep.
No. Then back up to Sault Ste. Marie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we took the northern route, and then we crossed at Sault Ste. Marie, and we did the northern Michigan. So we kind of hugged, the north of the Great Lakes, and we ended up going through Marquette.
My
and
goodness.
we love
beautiful.
Marquette, Michigan. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is about that town.
It's beautiful.
The Upper Peninsula of Michigan, I think for Michigan it's less. I think the UP is less than 5% of the entire state, so it's pretty rural, but it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Just love it, and we've been trying to get out east, and in our plans is always to go through northern Michigan. We just love Michigan, northern Michigan.
You know what did it for me?
What's that?
Was I saw a fire on the beach.
People
Okay.
I was like,
having a campfire.
what? You can't do that here.
Oh.
What is happening?
Well, when we had our first truck camper back in 2005, we had a Lance. And we actually drove the Lance onto the beach.
Oh.
And at sunrise, it was incredible. We loved it.
We
love truck camping. So
Yes.
We have an old.
That's camping.
So you guys are in a truck camper as well right now.
Yes.
We are.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
what's your model?
We have an Eagle Cap 1200.
Look at that.
So,
Wow.
so it is kind of the biggest one they make. It's a triple slide, 5,000 pound dry. We run definitely overweight. We added 2 leaves to the rear suspension, and
that's even with me going on a diet. We're overweight.
so this last few weeks we've been at our house in Regina. So we actually dollied off the camper this week and last week, and it was a good thing because one of the second battery failed. We had a battery failure. Still under warranty. Ford fixed it under warranty, which is cool. But the right battery failed on the way back from Baja due to rat peeing on it, because we had a rat problem in Baja.
It was bad.
And then now the left one just failed last week, and so Ford replaced it. So that's kind of our setup. Because we live in it full time, we looked at all the campers. We were looking at fifth wheels. We weren't sure. We ended up deciding to go camper, but we live in it full time.
Wow.
And so that's why we went with the biggest one. This feels like
our
a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, that's
basically
what it feels like.
It's once you open 3 slides, it's square. It's not a tunnel.
Right.
And you don't see the bedroom because the bathroom is in the middle. And you have access to the bed on both sides of
Like I'm not climbing over him to get to the bathroom or vice versa. I couldn't.
So, but
I'm getting old, y'all.
tell us a little bit about kind of your camper. I know you have toys too, but you seem to like to buy campers.
Yes. I don't know if you've seen. We did have a video with a Jayco that we sold, a Jayco travel trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen your comparison. I think it was Lance and what was your Wolf
Northern
Creek?
Light.
Northern Light. That's it. Northern Light versus Lance. And so I looked at that one. I went through that one because I was very interested about that. I love the Northern Light construction, but they're small, right? They don't have, I guess if you were going like outdoorsy, you were going backcountry, like hunting and fishing and things like that.
Yeah.
Especially
You
fall,
want something
spring
smaller.
and fall.
Yeah.
It's small and it heats so well, right? You can light a match in there and it warms up the whole place.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a beautiful interior.
And it was heavier, wasn't it?
We have seen the Eagle Caps, but I don't believe we've seen them in person.
Okay.
We've seen them drive. Our area where we're at, we do get a lot of camper traffic. So once in a while, you'll see something coming through, And we've kind of decided too, I think when we're out and about, I've been trying to video any kind of, especially truck campers if I see them. I think the truck campers is such a unique RV. And a lot of people are curious about people's setups and those type of things.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool. So any plans to, I mean, I think within the next 5 years, you'll probably have owned every single one of them. To do a review. It's crazy what we do for content. Eh?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we actually pay YouTube to be on here.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to put, because you guys have some exciting stuff happening. So I am putting the link right now, guys. So everybody, here comes the link.
Your channel.
This is your announcement video from yesterday.
Yep.
Reaching your 2,000 friend count.
Yeah.
And
you guys are going live tonight?
And so have a look at this video. There's a premiere coming at 7 Eastern, 5 Central, sorry, Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So I hit the reminder and I put it in the calendar too, because a lot of times you don't get the reminder.
Yes, I don't get my reminders.
And so have a look at this. Right click on this link right now and open it up in another tab. So you don't want to click on it and leave this wonderful live stream. So and then go have a look at that after. There's some cool stuff. And by the way, Autumn, your voice is awesome.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
So
that was a great video.
So there's a little bit of.
You are very brave. I could not do that.
Well, when I got there, he was like, you're going to sing it. Because we didn't know it was karaoke night. We had a late day and we were hungry. So it was like 8:15 at night and we're empty nesters. So we don't have any kids at home. So we're like, well, let's go eat. And so we showed up and I'm like, where's all these cars?
It's nice about being empty nesters. We ended up working late.
We worked really late.
So at 7:30 last night, it's like, and she's been painting a bedroom.
I didn't eat all day. So he comes in, he says, "Are you going to eat today?"
Yeah. So we ended up ordering pizza at 7:30, and of course we're in the backyard. So now we have to wait in the house for the pizza to arrive because, they're not going to go around the house to the backyard to try to deliver pizza.
So while I'm waiting, I'm painting a door. So.
Well, there you go.
Hey, are you guys going to M21?
We probably won't be.
No,
we're heading out on Friday at right after work. We're gonna be going to 15 states in 18 days. So,
right. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
So by the time we get back, I'm sure he'll have to work by then.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually thinking too. Man, we would love to actually head west through the mountains. Jane Bray is a dedicated fan of the channel.
She's on the island.
She's on Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
And
I love the island.
And she's part of Boondockers Welcome. So and really it'd be great to go there and really explore because there's so many things. If you were to try to as Canadians, if we can't get across the border, what a lot of Canadians do is that they go to Vancouver, the Lower Mainland, and Vancouver Island, and winter there.
Yeah.
It's pretty rainy, but it doesn't get too cold, and you can actually winter in your RV in Canada.
Yes.
Right.
Believe it or not, yeah. It's a little chilly some nights, though. It is chilly. Remember that that one channel we were following, and he was living in his truck camper? Yeah.
Taylor Dasman. That's who inspired us when we were trying to decide to go truck camper or fifth wheel. Taylor was really the first one, like with the guy in Vancouver, somebody in the chat, what's his name again? The guy with the dog in Vancouver.
Oh, Chrome.
So Chrome out of Vancouver was really the first one to do van life. I think he started in 2015. And then Taylor, I think, was 17 with a truck camper and basically living and sleeping on the street, like stealth camping in Vancouver and Vancouver Island. Yeah. And so that inspired us that's what nudged us to truck camper. There was a lot of benefits having a truck camper. Yeah. So the question that we kept asking, how we got to that realization is, do you want to travel a little and live big? Or do you want to
live big and travel small?
No, do you want to travel big and live small?
travel big.
So we wanted to travel. So it kind of, once we made kind of that determination, then that's where truck camper was for us.
Yeah. Oh, Tim in the chat, he also does what is like he's always doing that. He's going from he speeds. What did he say? Speeding through.
Yeah, I don't.
Go back down.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it
right
again.
There. Yep,
that
Timmy.
One? So I'm not the one speeding through states. So no, I guess he's trying to say I'm not the only one.
He is not the only one. He said.
So,
that's what he meant.
So Tim with MoBang FoYoBucks is like he's on a bucket list mission.
Yes.
To travel every state.
Yes.
And it doesn't really matter that.
And the capital of every state.
Yeah. Every capital. And it doesn't matter if he's just blasting through and you know. Right. He will hit every state.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Eventually.
Well, we'd like to go to Alaska. I think that's the only state that Josh hasn't been to. So we just got to wait for things to open back up, and we want to take a month and do it.
Nice.
Well, I guess what you could do is you could have your camper shipped. No, but you could, right? You could.
Yeah. That's what people are doing.
You could ship it like either in Vancouver or Billings, Montana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just get on a plane and go meet your camper in Anchorage.
Yeah, that's what people have been doing. They have been doing it that way because you can't get across.
Right F&A Van Life, that's what they did. They tried to get across the border with some papers saying that they had work in Alaska.
Yeah.
For the summer.
But because they actually did.
They did.
They do have work in like they have the papers and they do have work and they're working there, but
they wouldn't. The Canadian Border Service wouldn't let them through. So. You know, so the only thing that's considered essential travel is if you're a resident and you're going home.
Right.
So yeah, and that's the same option with us. The border's still not open, you know, and we have the option of going to Vancouver. That we know this good service that works for us would be to ship from Surrey, BC.
Right.
You know, so just Vancouver basically, and then get on a plane, Alaska Air to Seattle, and then puddle jump back to Bellingham. Washington, we have a friend there that we could kind of hold there. Right. But it's just, there's just so many things going on, so many, you know, so many things
factors
in flux. Right now we have an election coming up in Canada. We don't know if the border. So now we are at the point that we're now missing M21. Whoop, did I let it out of the bag? We are not going to be making M21 this year.
Yeah, that was one of our announcements for today.
Because we were heading, I will go look for. We were going to head. Where's the map?
Where's your map?
Is Michigan 21? Wow. Is Michigan 21 a truck camper meetup?
It's just our RV YouTubers, YouTubers in general, people who are fans of the YouTubers, and so that was our first stop. Number two. So Marquette, Michigan was number one behind the All Seeing Eye there. And number two is Lake of Dreams Campground for M21, and so we're not going to make that, and we're kind of reevaluating the whole, you know, the whole going down the West Coast thing, East Coast. So we might not even get out this year. So that's why we've been kind of working to get our house rented again. We had a terrible tenant in the last year. And we have been, we had to rip out the carpet in the basement.
Yeah, we had to renovate.
Due to puppy issues.
Yeah.
That we did not allow the tenant to
have
bring.
A puppy.
Yeah. And so then we converted it into a nice 1-bedroom apartment.
That looks nice.
With, you know, very informal, like we're not fancy people.
No, with fridge, and we have a little kitchen area on the side there.
The only thing we bought for this was the shelves, the actual shelves. We had the brackets, and so everything else we actually had already. Yeah. Oh, and the flooring, obviously.
The flooring too, obviously.
That was, and we did it ourselves, so we saved the labor.
Yeah.
And so there is a chance that we may not get out this year.
Yeah.
Last year we couldn't drive down, so we flew down to Cabo St. Lucas and spent the winter like that. And then I just operate my business.
Right.
But business is getting uncertain now with the current climate.
Well, because you are in the business that is uncertain.
Right. I'm in oil and gas.
Yeah.
So, you know, with the Green New Deal and the sustainability and, you know, the push now again for, you know, climate change mitigation, and basically a very unfavorable, how can I say, attitude of our federal government to the energy sector out west here. It's killing it. It's been slowly killing it since 2015.
We have a lot of gas and oil friends. Our neighbors next door are gas and oil.
And the company I work for, they call it the liquids division that has gas and oil as well. So
Yep. Know it well.
Yes.
I work full time at in Traverse City, Michigan. I work out of the sheriff's department, and I work out of the corrections division there.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we're looking at our options for the winter. If we stay, then we'll probably get jobs, and might as well make the best of it. I have a friend in Edmonton. He was gonna retire 2 years ago, and then he ended up putting it off for a year because I think he had still a kid in university. And then COVID hit, and he says, "Why would I retire? I'm working from home anywhere. I can't travel, So he just kept working,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that is a possibility for us that we may not make it out.
Yeah, Timmy. Sorry. We would be mooch talking at your house.
Oh yeah, we would stop. I didn't realize I didn't upload the pictures, but so your 18 state trip.
Yep.
Wow. So
where are you starting?
Are you going east-west? Are you going north-south, or is it a zigzag?
We are going to leave. We both work next Friday, and our jobs are only 5 minutes apart from each other, roughly.
Nice.
So we're going to both ride in together and then work 6 in the morning, and then she's going to pick me up at 4, and we're planning on leaving by 5 in the evening. So that gets we're about 5 hours north of Chicago.
Okay.
So,
the goal is to get past Chicago first.
Basically the goal is to get through Chicago kind of towards evening. Traffic won't be as bad.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to push it, I guess, until we're tired, and then probably pull over. And then on the next day, we're going to go through Nebraska, maybe hit some hole-in-the-wall stores or whatever we see. And then we're going to go to Colorado for a couple days. And we have a friend that we met off Colorado in Ouray, and I think we're going to stay there a night.
Perfect.
And Ouray, Colorado is it's on the road what they call US 550, what they call the $1 Million Highway.
Okay. Tell us more about that.
So I've rode motorcycle through that part before, and it's a lot of old gold mining towns through there, like
cool.
Silverton, Durango, Ouray, some of those type of towns. Ouray they call the little Switzerland of America.
Really?
Yep. I think it's just because of how it sits in the mountains. I think that's mainly it. It's been a little while since I've been there, but we're looking forward to that. I imagine early September, it's probably going to be a little cool because of the higher altitudes up in the mountains.
But school will be back in, so we'll have we won't have probably as many travelers at the time, but
right.
Yeah. So the goal is to get to where we're going to get all the way
and
down.
then we're going to stay a night up in the Grand Canyon.
Oh, nice.
Monument Valley,
where John Wayne used to film some movies, and when Forrest Gump was running with the beard, and he says, "I tired. I think I'll go home."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that road where he turns around.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. That road is famous. Like we see that road all the time. Even in the very first picture of Tumbleweed.
Yes.
We had up on our banner.
I think it's on our business card.
It's on our business card.
Picture that we use on our business card.
Is that road?
I think we're gonna boondock out by Oatman, Arizona, where the wild donkeys are at.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna live our life through you guys.
Hey, if you guys are ever in Michigan, we do have 30 amp plug-in, and we've got a pretty nice spot where we're at.
Right on.
Actually, we have a big event. Well, we've done it. This will be our 3rd year. It's kind of our YouTube party, and we have what we call Harvest Fest. And so we have hay rides, cookout, and then we do some giveaways, and we do some raffles. And it's usually local or just kind of products you don't see at Walmart type of stuff that we do. And
cool.
But yeah, it's a good time. This will be our 3rd year doing it. So
you had me at the hay ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done that since I was a kid.
So
So we're gonna cross over to California.
yeah, we're gonna maybe just barely get into California because I've been to California, she's been to California, but it's just something to say, hey, we've been there together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because
We went through the coast. We did the coast down all the way to Baja, to Cabo San Lucas. Just because I've never done it. I've never been on the coast all the way down. I haven't even been in what was it the state that I haven't like just off of Bellingham. I haven't even been in that area, Washington. So
which map program are you running? That is really cool.
Road Trippers.
Okay.
So I just have some snapshots here. So if we decide to leave like late in the season, this would be the most direct route down to Baja.
Okay.
And then we can go east and avoid the mountains is another kind of option that we're looking at. And then we can basically go through Oklahoma, northern Texas, and New Mexico.
I want to go through Oklahoma because I want to meet James and Millie.
Yeah, James and Millie with RVing.
Right where you see the where your number one is, where the Golden Driller is at.
Yeah.
That's where our kids are.
Our kids are there, and
serious.
One graduated college, and the other one's a sophomore. They're at Oral Roberts University there in Tulsa.
Nice.
Very nice.
When we come back, we'll be coming back through New Mexico and Texas, and we'll end up in Oklahoma because we're taking Route 66 back. So
excellent. Yeah.
And then going into Branson. Branson's just outside of about 2 hours out of Tulsa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Branson, I always want to go there.
I'll actually bring up this. So I just created this quick new map in Road Trippers. So I'll just open it up. So here's the actual map.
Yeah. Wow.
And I only put two. So I put the departure and destination.
Yeah.
Right. Hotel California and Todos Santos, Baja Sur. And so I only put 2 waypoints just to, and then you can turn them on and off. So I turned them both off. That's the most direct route. If we decide to go the western route, then we go to Vancouver and see our friends Sue and Henry near the tunnels, the Othello tunnels.
Okay.
They used to run an eco retreat there, so it's a beautiful property.
It is beautiful there.
And if we decide to go the other way, so I have that waypoint, and boom.
Wow.
It changes the route instantly. I like this one because it's more about sightseeing and things to do.
Yes.
As opposed to
just
finding the campground and finding a campground and what services does it have, or figuring out your mileage and how much fuel you're going to spend. Though it does do that. If you look here, it gives you the total mileage of the trip and the estimated gas cost. But some of them are more about really planning because you have a big RV behind you, and it's more about that. Yeah. This one is more about having fun and the adventure.
I like it.
That's why we like.
Well, I think that's why you and I think that's why we're truck campers.
Exactly.
What we find too is, you can be anywhere, especially in Michigan where you got a lot of trees, curves, or whatever.
Yes.
And we found that, especially if we're just driving just through back towns, and it might be a Saturday and you see a garage sale, it's so easy to turn the truck camper around and stop. Then if you have a trailer, it's like, well, we'll just keep going.
I like him.
Yeah. And look, you
had me a garage sale now.
Yeah. So I just added another waypoint here. Just zoomed in, found a place. I went to the overlay for places to camp, and now I have another waypoint. So when you go back to the trip, you can see your mileage between waypoints, and that's what I judge. I try to get.
I love this one.
200 miles a day. So because there's the fuel cost too, right? I mean, so you can blast through, but you got to pay for the fuel. Mm-hmm. So we like to try to balance out that daily cost and having enough time to stop along the way also.
Right.
Is Road Trippers a free app? Jane is asking you.
Okay, so Road Trippers is it's $29 a year. Let me go back to.
She's using RV Parky.
Well, that's just a free app, right? So that's good. But when you want to get into a little bit more serious, hang on here. I'm trying to.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to think and click at the same time. So let's see, where is it? Is it here? Now I can't find it.
Okay, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for Togo.
Oh, Togo.
So where?
Right there. Right up, straight up, right beside there. Isn't that Togo?
That's Togo. Yeah. So Jane is part of Togo. Okay, so Togo has a free version,
yes,
which does a lot. But when you go pro, when you go plus, okay, or premium, first of all, you won't, if you use our link in the description, you won't pay that. You'll get a discount. So there's a discount code there. But then you actually have RV specific GPS navigation right here.
Togo's really good too.
You get all kinds of discounts on RV related products. You get overnightRVparking.com. This is basically the equivalent of Boondockers Welcome, but all the free places.
Right.
Yeah. And they check to see if they're still valid. If you use iOverlander, sometimes the information is really old and not verified as to places to stay. So you get that for free included. I'll let you go through 25% lifetime discount on Harvest Host membership. And you get road trippers for free that's a $30 value. So if this is probably the best package we've seen out there. It's really designed as an RV companion. It's a great kind of starter if people are just starting out and trying to do some trip planning. Yes, you can use Google and you can use this and that. And Road Trippers isn't perfect for everything. We still use Google. But when you have when you go on the phone app and you go into Road Trippers, you can hit your waypoint and then send it to your GPS or Google Maps or whatever you want to send it to. So you don't have to rely on their GPS. I always like to have Google Maps is still the best in terms of finding the best route. Like our Garmin GPS isn't the greatest. I played with it this summer to figure out. It assumes that we are like a 40-foot Class A motorhome. Yeah. And so it really takes you roundabout ways, and it doesn't take you through subdivisions. Man. And it always wants to make you arrive so that you arrive on the correct side of the road for where the address is. So, but it does alert us for low bridges and narrow and weights and
so many before we got it, so many that we turned the corner and 3.5 or 3.4, and we're like, we have to back up.
We have to turn around.
Right.
So that's happened.
That has happened, and that was terrifying. I had to actually get out of the truck camper and stop cars from coming down off the bridge just so we could get back up.
So just make sure, guys, if you're going to use Togo, go into the description of this live, and there's a link there with a discount code, and you'll get it discounted. In the end, like, they're paying you to use all the 3 other memberships. You're saving so much money.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what kind of planning do you guys do? Is it okay, we're going through these states and kind of just
go
some points, or?
Well, we've done a lot of
a trip planner.
Yeah, we've done a lot of traveling, and it seems like no matter what the trip, now we haven't been able to do like a month-long one because we both work, but we have done a lot of different, a week, 2 week. Mm-hmm. This one's going to be almost 3 weeks, 18 days. Nice. So I think no matter what we've ever done, it's always, I wish we had a little bit more time at this spot. But I think it's still nice to say, at least I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was like us. Yeah, that was like us going down the coast. Exactly.
Yeah, things lose their value. Physical things lose their value in short order, but memories are always precious forever.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him. I said, what's the big picture for us as the kids have kind of moved on, even though we're still hanging out with them and seeing them a lot? Like, what's the big picture? What do we really want to do? Do we want to go do things, or do we want to have things? And so for us, we want to do things. We don't necessarily, we have things, but we're okay with less things so we can just have the memories.
We agree, Jane. We do. Yeah, we love the back roads. I'm a motorcycle guy as well. In July, I took a ride down to Arkansas. We rode what they called the Pig Trail through the Arkansas area, and then we hit a couple Civil War battlefields, hit some historic sites, and then rode through there. And a lot of times we do use interstate to try to get somewhere, but whenever we can break off, even on this trip, we're going to try to get off on some side roads.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's the best. Like, I mean, side roads, you don't see, there's some things that you just don't see.
No.
Yeah.
No, because like even Michigan is one of them, because we have so much forest. And if you're on the interstate, you will never see what's behind the trees, you know?
Correct.
Yeah, like, so if you go to the UP, like when you said you liked Marquette, if you go in the UP, there's 199 waterfalls up in the UP. My friend and I have hiked about 100 of them. We've been to about 100 waterfalls up there, but you need like they have a book that will tell you, okay, you have to go down this 2-track, 2 miles, turn left, follow this sign, and then you're going to see a little yellow post, and then you're going to turn right again for 2 miles. Then you're going to get out and you're going to walk back here 2 miles and you're going to see this place, but they don't tell you it. You have to go figure it out. You have to go find it,
Nice.
That's
my gosh, I love that.
So here's a little bit more plug for, I love road trippers. I've tried different ones, but I always come back to road trippers.
Yeah.
I still like it the best. But there's some sample trips that you can preload. Okay. So this one, a trip 48 hours, right? And obviously it's looking at my location. So, so this would be user specific kind of content here that you would get. Historic adventures, guide to Yellowknife, and if I, here it sees that I'm in Canada. So I've even gotten the Alaska adventure preloaded from here. So you don't have to worry about all the standard waypoints, places to stop and see. So here's Canadian national parks. You would have the US one, scenic drives. And so let's just pick one. Here's Nova Scotia, Cabo Trail. That is one that's the one we want to do. We want to do that. So let's see here. There is take this trip. There you go.
See, that would be awesome on a bike.
So it should load it.
Well, if they open the border, maybe we can join you on that one.
There you go.
That'll be fun.
So it shows you here basically the trip.
Well, if they open the border and you guys head to Alaska, you better stop. We're in Regina, Saskatchewan.
We'd love to.
So there you go. Look, the trip is preloaded for the Cabo Trail.
I think this trip, because we have been we took our when we had our kids, they were little, we had a Lance 845, and we even had a bloodhound dog, and we went all the way up around Lake Superior through Ontario.
Nice.
And we camped up around there, and we had 2 little kids. So one kid slept, at that time they were small enough they could sleep in that overhead bunk, and one kid would be on the couch, and the dog slept on the floor.
And it's the one time that he's like, hey, Adam, why don't you drive the truck with the camper on it? And I'm going to take a little nap for like 45 minutes. And so I'm the one driving. We get a phone call because we had a cell phone, and he's talking to his mom, and we blew a tire. And I'm like, driving this rig blind. I said, I think something's wrong. And he's just talking. I said, you need to get off the phone.
Oh man, terrifying.
It was interesting.
Yeah, that was up in, I think, Marathon, Ontario.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Which I think is right here.
That's my nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but we were okay.
So I think
this thing is heavy. Like that's my nightmare though. This thing's heavy and it's a dually. My nightmare is I lose a tire.
Yeah, I mean, in
the front.
We've had 2 dually flats, in Baja last year or 2 years ago. And one was on, we had started coming back home when COVID hit in March, and we decided after a day, we said, this doesn't feel right. We went back. So, but we stopped on a beach near La Paz, basically a free camping beach.
Yeah.
And so when we got there, I kind of looked, that tire didn't look right. And it was down to 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so we spent a week on that beach, and we dollied off. I had to do it early in the morning because it was very windy in the afternoon.
Oh, it's extremely windy.
So ran into town to get that fixed. Did a great job. And then on the way home, finally, when we did go home in May, our first day out, right at sunset, we get to this orange grove, which is on Overlander, and they go, "You can't stay here." And then I got out. It says, but I have a flat. I could hear the air come out.
Oh,
And we rolled over a pocket knife.
a pocket knife.
Pocket knife that was actually
How-
open.
How is that
And it
possible?
sliced right into the tire.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
You're meant
The
to stay
whole,
there
ro-
that
the whole
night.
road, and we run over a pocket knife.
But that
Wow.
was, that's the advantage of having a dually, right? You can still,
Yep.
still crawl along for a little bit. So the guy that was kind of staying there or living there, not the owner was freaking out. But he had a friend that had a mechanic shop, and we were able to overnight. And it was like a go trail up the hill,
And
in Woolahair.
and the guy, believe it or not, was Canadian.
That helped us out. And
Yeah.
so we stayed at this mechanic's place. He doesn't stay there. There was nobody out there. And the next morning he called the tire guy, and the tire guy came over and
That's
Man.
Jack, I had raised the camper, but he said, "Yeah, you don't need to, no." So he jacked it, took it off, and then took it to the shop and brought it back.
Yeah.
So
In that instance, it's like, what are the odds? And in my head, I'm thinking there's a reason that happened. Maybe further along, something was going to happen, and we had to be stopped. This is how we stop you. You hit a pocket knife, and you have to stay overnight in this town.
So do you guys, when you just do a one night stay, do you take your camper off or you just leave it right on?
Oh,
Leave it on.
no, we have to stay a long time before we'll take off the camper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because we've had all 4 jacks fail.
Yeah.
Those
Happy Jacks, there's a reason they're called Crappy Jacks.
I've heard.
and they're not doing great now.
No.
So what we've been doing is the front's really heavy, the front jacks, and they're on those dually ones, right? The swing ones, swing out ones, and they tend to kind of bend out and bend forward and backwards.
Oh,
And so
terrifying.
we avoid it at all costs. Now, when we took it off this time, I actually used the jack motors, but when we have to come up a lot, like if we drop it down a lot, we'll actually hand crank the front, me and her. And so I'll be counting on one side and she'll be turning on the other.
It's
and
work.
1,
Oh my gosh,
2.
you're not kidding.
But I want to save the motors, at least when you're going down, it's like, at least it's fast, right? Than having to hand crank, because the alternative is that the motors burn out or fail again. And now we have to crank everything, always the hand crank up and down.
We have the Rico Titans on the one we have right now. They seem to be pretty decent. And then when we had a Lance, it had the Atwoods, and we never had an issue with the Atwoods. But
See, there are different ones.
Yeah, there are, but they are bad, but I think too it's our weight issue. We are overweight.
do you do any kind of lubrication on your legs?
Yeah.
When
So the same dry silicone that I use for the slide rails, I put on. So I wipe down the legs and then I silicone spray them.
Yeah.
cool.
But now I already have one of the back jacks that's starting to click, so that tells me every so often it's clicking. So the gears are wearing, like there's probably a busted gear in there. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean, and that when the motor fails, that's one thing you can hand crank, but when the gears fail, now you have to change the jack.
Yeah, we've taken ours off. Like I said, it's new. We've used it 7 nights and different. We've kept it on, took it off, kind of a little bit of practice, because we had our Lancos from 05 to 08, and then we just now picked up this one this year. We were ready to get back at the truck camper. And then reason why we had the travel trailer is this house that we're in right behind us. We're actually in the middle. We're moving today. Some stuff out of here. And we're supposed to be closing this week.
We're not coming live from our camper because the truck's getting some.
Yeah, we're getting torque lift stable loads and stuff put on it.
Yeah.
Before we go on the trip.
Yeah, we started with those. With those.
Very good. Yeah, we did.
And it was fine. It was pretty good until we started putting water in the fresh tank.
Yeah.
And when we're in Baja, we travel like with full fresh tank.
Yep. Upper and lowers on yours?
Just the lowers.
Okay. So,
just
we're doing the upper and the lowers. I guess we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I think you'll be fine with that,
Yeah.
especially with that camper.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget, this beast is just a few pounds under 5,000 dry. Before we fill the propane and the water and the gear, and we have a lot of gear. We live on it full time, and we travel in Baja. So, you know, we have a lot of tools. Tools is a big one.
You can't be without tools. And in Baja, you can't be without water.
Yeah.
Propane.
And, we have 2 sets of chains because we travel the mountains, you know, after November 1st. Just to be legal, right?
Never used them. Never had to.
But if we leave late this year and we decide to go through like Utah and go through the mountains,
we might need them.
We might need them. Everybody says, well, just pull over and wait for the storm, but that could take weeks, right?
Yeah.
You know, before the road.
From Montana, I will say.
Yeah.
When you get those mountain passes, there's something.
It probably snows all the time.
BC is terrifying in the winter for me.
And so we have a F450 and we have commercial truck tires. So they're not designed for winter.
No.
You know, it's like they're designed for bare roads, not snow covered and ice covered roads.
Yeah, for sure.
So, well, that is awesome. So any plans for your channel kind of moving forward, like, or is it just see where life takes you?
Well, we plan on still kind of doing the traveling when we can, even just the local travel. We like to put that out there and stuff. And then we have our property that we're moving to where we do, I do food plots, and we've done some different house projects. I think last year we put we put the stove in.
Oh, yeah, the wood stove.
What was it called? The Yodel. We had a Yodel wood stove put in.
Oh, yeah.
And we found one of the last ones that we could find in our area before the big EPA regulations.
Oh, yeah.
And so, anyways, we did a video with that. And then,
It's kind of just what we kind of view it as. Life is an adventure. So every day is something new. And sometimes even the adventure of our kids down in Oklahoma, they were using our blue truck, our F-150, and someone stole the catalytic converter. We did a video on that.
Yeah. That is strange.
Our kids did that.
Yeah, we were like, well, we need a video or something of what's going on. And that's what we got. And I was like, what?
Crazy.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Life is life and things happen. And so to us, it's just part of the journey and the adventure.
And what I'm sure you guys have known too. I mean, you guys probably did a lot of your homework on the camper and stuff that you decided to go with. And we've had the Lance, and we've had this, and we've looked at the Northern Light
and the Kingman.
And we did look at a King Star, which is a very new company up in the Houghton in the Upper Peninsula.
Okay.
But we figured if you could take something out of each of them, you'll have the perfect one. But
exactly. You know it. That's what we said from the very, because we haven't actually lived in them like you guys.
Yeah.
We have gone to multiple places to actually see. This one wasn't even on the lot.
This is they had.
It was.
I mean, for Eagle Cap, they had 1160s and 1165. This was the only 1200. It's the biggest one they make. But it's not the most popular one because people get turned off with the bathroom. The bathroom, the sink is very small. There's no counter. It's a hybrid wet dry. It is dry, right? The toilet is dry, but the shower and sink are wet.
Yeah.
And the shower comes off the sink, like a wet bath. So
sometimes, especially on the non-slide short box trucks, we kind of wish they wouldn't even bother with a sink in the bathroom. It's so we almost wish they just save that area because
right.
I mean, you're 2 feet away from the other sink, anyways. It's like
exactly.
I'm do that.
It makes that part exactly. It makes no sense.
Just brush your teeth at the sink, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, we've never showered in our bathroom.
Never.
Yeah. We've never
showered
used a shower
outside in Baja.
It's storage. So we use the outside shower until we actually built a shower. We put a water tower in.
Yeah.
And we built a shower, so it was, and because our lot is sloped a bit.
He made a video on it. He actually built the shower, like the water comes from the water tower through the pipe into the shower.
Wow.
So and it's sloped a bit. So I built I had a pallet of cinder blocks delivered, and I built a square tower and put a plywood on it, and then put a Tanako on top of that, and then plumbed it to a shower, and it just gravity feeds to an outside shower.
Yeah, and it worked perfect.
Yeah.
The only problem is it was cold.
You know, I didn't want to go with a black tank. So I went with the beige tank because I didn't want the water to get stinky and go anaerobic. So I didn't want the water to actually be heated, but maybe in retrospect. And then I buried the pipe, so the pipe isn't getting, because there was a walk through there, so I buried it. So no, it doesn't get any heat pickup.
No.
So I started looking at these little portable propane hot water heaters that we could just put in line. But propane is
would be next.
Yeah, but propane is a premium on our property because we have to go an hour and a half
just
into town to get propane. Now we can go half an hour into town and drop it off with a service, but then we just have to go back to town to pick up the bottle, the day after. So we ended up getting a big 60-pounder and tying it into the crossover manifold in the back of the camper. So that gives us a month instead of a week because we have to run our fridge on propane at our property.
Gotcha.
And the fridge gets into the sun because we point south for the solar because the front cab over is on an angle, so those panels are an angle. So
how much solar do you got on your top?
640 production, 200 amp hour, and a 2500 inverter charger.
Yeah.
And I tied it right into the panel, so it's like I energize the whole bus.
So you can really stay off grid for a while.
Forever.
Yeah.
We were 5-6 months off grid.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we just go for propane and water into town.
Yeah.
And that made it easy for me to have chickens.
Oh, chickens?
Yeah. Well, when we decided to turn back, in March, instead of coming back home because the government was saying come home, if the government says it, then
don't do it.
It can't be in your own interest. It can't be in your interest. So we went back, and so we were checking in on our neighbor who wasn't there from Toronto. He had a place, but he had like chickens and ducks and so
a turkey.
Yeah. So we went back, and all of a sudden, a couple of the mamas had babies. So we had baby chicks and we had baby ducks, and so we scrambled.
We raised them together.
We scrambled. He had a rabbit cage, so we started them in the rabbit cage, and then Tracey built a pen. And it was all recycled material, all stuff that we could find.
Everything that we could scrounge in the area.
And so then we built the water tower, and it made it so much easier because we didn't have proper watering and feeding apparatus. It was just in bowls. So of course they're constantly swimming and pooping in the water bowls.
I'm like, guys.
So it was like a double, morning and night cleaning the pen, cleaning the
twice
dishes.
A day, every day.
Yeah, but it was fun.
It was fun. Watching them grow.
We did a lot of videos on the ducks and chickens. Yeah, that was near the end of our season 3.
It kept me busy.
Series. Yeah, it was fun.
How many seasons have you been on?
Well, we're in our 5th season, but first ones, there was a couple of, they weren't quite a year, like they were 6-9 months. Yeah. So there was season 1 was really about going down, making the decision to go full time and doing the research. Season 2 was pulling the trigger and buying the camper and truck, and then doing all the modifications and add-ons. Season 3 was actually taking off and going full time traveling. Season 4 was about, we can't travel in the camper, but we're going down to Cabo St. Lucas anyways for the winter, and so we documented that. And now season 5 started when we got out of quarantine, when we got back home, and back into the camper.
Yeah.
I got a couple of questions. People are asking, so what camper do you guys have now, and why did you choose it? And you guys started in 18, right?
Yep, for videos.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we had a couple videos in 2015. We just kind of threw them on there. We didn't know anything really about it, and that was just kind of that. And then 2018 is when we decided let's just do it.
And we actually just got monetized. When was that?
April this year.
April, May. So I've kind of told Josh, because he just wanted to, say I made a penny out of all this fun YouTube stuff. And I said, well, you got to treat it like a business, because the first 3 years, by year 3, you're going to break even. And then, by year 5, maybe you'll be in the black type of thing. And
Exactly.
I'm an accountant, so that's what I do. So I'm always talking numbers, of course. I teach accounting at a college, and I also work for a waste company as a regional controller. But which camper do we choose?
So I think first we just kind of wanted the short box truck. I think because we're not full time like you. I think if we were doing something like that, we would probably highly consider something like you're doing, a 350 or a 450 type of thing. Dually.
And I would even recommend, because like these bigger campers, once you get 11, 12 feet long and 4,000 or 5,000 pounds, I'd go to the 550 and just do a custom bed and boxes.
Yeah.
So which camper did we choose?
So when we decided we kind of wanted we knew we pretty much wanted a short box 1 ton. And then I think we were looking at a Lance 865 because we used to have a Lance 845. The old Lance 845 used to have a bumper on the back and a step.
Yes.
The Lance 865 has nothing. There's nothing there.
Isn't it an option? No, it's not an option.
They have accessories like Torque Lift sells like scissor steps.
Yes.
But we wanted something that's a little more hassle free, just to climb in and done. And then when we went to one dealer near us, they had Northern Lights, but they only had long box Northern Lights at the time. And they basically said, because of everything going on, we probably wouldn't be able to get a Northern Light until the summer, and we couldn't get the one that we really necessarily wanted as far as layout, because everything was so slim pickings. And then we happened to go to a friend who graduated. We went to an open house, and we stopped at Camper World in Grand Rapids, and they happened to have the Wolf Creek 840 there, and we'd never looked at one. And then they're off the Arctic Fox line.
Yeah.
Arctic Fox is built more. They're a little heavier duty especially for winter camping. And this can do winter, but we don't have any plans of doing winter, except for like maybe if we were driving from Michigan going to somewhere south or whatever, that type of thing. But I wouldn't be running full tanks of water in extreme cold anyways. I don't want to deal with that.
Well, the other thing too, in terms of kind of winter camping, is when you have solar with lithium batteries. Now it's a lot better now. You can buy lithium batteries with built-in heating systems. So what it does is that if your batteries are below the set point temperature, and typically it's 5 degrees Celsius, so that would be about 40 Fahrenheit, the solar will energize only to warm up the batteries, but it won't try to charge them. So it's kind of cool that it has that divert. So that is perfect. That will work. Because I really didn't want to get into heating blankets, because now don't want that in the summertime, and I don't want to have to mess with it.
Okay, so but you guys you don't have a Lance, you have a Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek 840. Yep. Yeah. And so I think where we're at we're in our mid 40s. I'm 45, so I think we figured let's just get into it. We still have work schedules, and we can do 1-2 week type trips. We can maybe do a month one. If we're able to do Alaska, we'd like to take a month at least to do that.
At least.
But yeah. So I think we figured for what we need, this will suffice, and we can get out and about and still do some boondocking, for a day or two, or a few days, that type of stuff. And I think for the weight for the truck and everything, and we like the layout pretty well for the short bed trucks. So
this is yours.
Yep.
The 840. Yep.
Yep. The 840.
840.
And we don't have the dinette table like that one. I think that might be. Yep, that's the one that we have right there.
That's the one they have.
Yep.
And we bought the we have the F350, the Godzilla actually. So it's gas. It's not diesel.
Yeah. I saw your video on mileage, doing the mileage on that last trip you did.
Yeah.
because our area, I mean, it's we have some hills, but overall there's a lot of flat areas, so we don't really need a diesel for where we're at. And I know we're going to take this next trip through the mountains, but that's only going to be a few days of that trip.
Yeah.
So I think for what we're doing, I think this is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And it was kind of funny because we have a video on this too. When we went back a second time to look at this 1200.
Yeah.
When we found it here, like when we found it close to home, and we sat there, and the salesperson was standing in the door there by the bathroom change room, and we're looking at each other. It's like, I asked Tracey, so could we live in this? It's like, so she basically said, well, it will have to be this one if you don't want me to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
That's funny.
with truck campers, you better like who you're with.
Oh, you better.
And you should see the clutter now. Every time, like, we're more than 2 weeks in a spot, the clutter, right? Everything starts coming out, and if you leave anything out, there's so little room to begin with. As soon as you start putting stuff down or on the counter, it just clutters in no time.
I need my stove clean. Like I love to have the stuff on top, but I need my stove clean. I need my counter clean. Or
we can't even do walkthroughs anymore because
no,
we can't make it look presentable.
especially if we're sitting. Yeah, especially if we're sitting for a while. We're like, listen, we live in it, so have at her.
Well, the first night that we got it, Josh was so excited. He's like, we have to sleep in it right now. So we're like, we slept in the driveway. And then he's like, now we need to go somewhere. He's like, let's drive it to work tomorrow. So we throw some clothes in, we drive it to work.
And I drove it up on the weigh scales.
Yeah, we weigh it at the
Yeah.
And so then we go back to the campground, and he's like, it was we stayed the night and it was fine. So then he's like, well, what are we going to have for breakfast? And I said, well, I got some food, but I forgot silverware. we didn't have anything in the whole thing. So I was like, well, I guess we're not eating breakfast. But yeah, he was excited. We were excited. We were both excited about it.
Yeah, we really like it.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you have the regular toilet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a flush toilet.
Like a flush toilet.
So the first thing we did when we brought our camper home, it was brand new. We pulled out the toilet and put in a composting toilet.
Oh,
like we were taking it apart, and
But we had to be off grid, totally off grid, like as in relying on.
We couldn't afford to use water for the toilet on our land to be boondocking like that for 7 months. So it was as part of season 2, I think, when we went down to Cabo, as kind of with the eyes of an RVer.
Yeah.
So not being an RVer yet, we started looking for facilities, campground and dump stations and all that. And dumping black is not easy in southern Baja.
Oh, I bet.
There's not. So that made the decision for us. Well, we're going with a composting toilet. So it was the first thing we did to the camper.
Mm-hmm.
And then stable loads. When the truck went into truck outfitters and then had a whole bunch of work done in stable loads, what took the longest. So they put in and cut the rubber mat. I had them cut because we had the fifth wheel package and towing package and camper package. So he cut them so that we could have access to put in a fifth wheel hitch there and just put it right on the rubber mat, through the rubber mat. So anyways, that was
Jane said she wants to drive the Godzilla.
It's funny because people were like, that's a 1-ton, so that means it's going to be like really bouncy and it's not going to be that comfortable. But we actually drove it to Florida. That was like kind of a break-in drive, and it's not that bad actually. I don't feel like I've been bounced around. I don't really. It's a pretty smooth ride. So
we felt like 10,000. We felt like 10,000 miles was kind of a breaking point where it smoothed out a little bit.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, for sure. And the stable loads are kind of cool because you can disengage them when you don't need them.
Yeah.
That was the nice part. I mean, we added 2 leaves, so we are stiff. We're definitely not a daily driver anymore.
No.
And it's really ginger. I can't turn corners very fast. You don't want to accelerate too fast because the 450 is very torquey, and when it's not loaded, it just spins. And so it's like I drive like an old man. It's like accelerate very slowly, turn very slowly.
If If
So-
any of the people who are camping out in Michigan, I mean, we get back on the 21st, and I know what our schedules are, but if anybody wanted to message us or whatever else, we're not that far. It
And
looks like.
boondock, they're welcome.
Yeah,
to.
we have boondocking. We have plenty of room if anybody needed a park somewhere for a night or whatever.
Perfect.
Well, right on.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
guys, I don't know. You guys aren't close, eh? To
M21 that
Lake of Dreams. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not that far. I don't think. Fife Lake to that.
But on the weekend, you can get a day pass. Like you can get in there and get a day pass to just maybe spend some time with
just say hi to everybody
with fellow YouTubers.
Yep.
Trade stickers, cards.
That's what we usually do. We just
plan some collaborations or
hang out.
Yeah.
Change ideas. But I mean, we wanted to be there so bad.
Oh, I wanted to be there so bad. There's so many people that we follow that are going to be there. That
every week the possibility, the percentage of us being there gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Do they have, how far out do they put the date for that event?
It was like
November, December.
Yeah.
I think, almost a year ahead of time.
We'll have to, when we're done, you'll have to email us a site or something, and maybe we'll try to keep it in mind for next year or something. Maybe we could plan it.
Right. Perfect, on. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. It'll always be in our show notes. I mean, we didn't do, is it Dewberry? No. The other one?
Is that always in Michigan, or do they move it?
This is the first one. It's the first annual.
Yes.
Okay.
So, that's why we really wanted to be there.
Yeah.
But it's pretty. Well, we're saying no because put it this way, if
well, the border is closed here. Like border closure is extended to September 21st.
Yeah.
So I think the dates are 24th to 26th or something.
Something like
so that would be a rush panic. We probably couldn't make that. And the election is September 20th here.
Now, is your election, is this for a presidential election, or is that?
Yeah. It's the federal. It's the important one. It's to get rid of Trudeau. Big one. Try to get rid of Trudeau.
It's the big one.
What a mess. What a mess.
Well, if you've seen
politics, but it's a big.
If you've seen our travels, the government didn't stop me here from going anywhere this last year.
Yeah.
What's funny is we were on the one road and we were following each other because our governor wouldn't let, if you had two homes in Michigan, you weren't allowed to travel between your homes. You had to pick one and stay there. And so
they're only 20 minutes apart.
Our homes, literally, because we were running the Airbnb out of the one home and we were living in the other one. And so Josh, there was a police officer pulled over.
State police.
He pulls over. He goes, yeah, there's going to be a woman coming in an F-150. She's traveling between two homes. I think you should pull her over. I was like, you're terrible.
Oh no!
Wow.
They didn't pull me over.
He was laughing. He's like, la la la. He goes, I don't care.
I didn't hear that.
Exactly. That's when we had a similar
Well, that's
people just don't care anymore. They're like, just go on with your life.
That's why we went down to Cabo because it's much freer down there. Things are typically not enforced.
Yeah.
We spent the winter without masks except when you walk into a business or, but walking down the street, it wasn't required. You didn't have to stay home. We were out in the sun, lots of nice vitamin D.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So it's going to be tough for us to stay this year. We've already started
our regiment.
We already started supplements.
I have all my supplements in the little.
Just because right now, even now, like the sun isn't as intense and it's been raining for the last 2 weeks. And that, if there's anything, if you want to stay healthy and keep your immunity up, I mean, they say vitamin D is the most important vitamin that you need.
Yep. And if you just from a vitamin note, because we take vitamins every day, but if you take zinc, you really should take E with zinc because the two of those actually work together for immunity, for sickness. So, but we're on a strict vitamin every day.
Yeah.
We don't miss. So.
And I guess the other thing is to buy zinc in lozenges.
Yeah.
Right.
So that if you're going into, let's say, potentially high viral load environment, you basically just put the lozenge under your tongue, like just before you walk in or a little bit before you walk in, and it basically blocks the virus from entering.
I like the car vitamins too, the gummies. The green ones make me go faster.
Nice. You are funny.
Such a kid.
And so, yeah.
I need
Sometimes
that.
sometimes if we have high humidity, they'll stick together, and I might take two.
I totally understand that.
So, Prairie Life is here.
Yes. I said hi to Karen.
Okay, good, Karen.
Mask mandate. What?
Back after 50 days. Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, Jane.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get a little political here.
Political.
So I'm just gonna go full screen, guys. Let me get rid of this. Okay, here's basically a Google search that I keep all the time. And yes, in fact, the Delta variant is hitting, and it's hitting fairly fast. But I don't really care about cases. People are vaccinated. People have built natural immunity. And if you look at the deaths, there hasn't really been a change. So, let it run. To me, my philosophy is let it run through, and manage it if there's basically health issues and hospital resources
if you
issues.
have underlining health issues, yes, it will hit you harder. We get that.
But the sooner we just let like they
say,
it's not a pandemic anymore. It's what's the other word?
Like my mom has,
where you have to, we have to live with it.
Right. My mom has COPD. So
you want me to share my experience with it real quick?
Sure.
Yes.
I work in a jail.
Right.
And we get people from everywhere.
Yes.
And we've during this
every kind of sickness.
Every background, every walk of life, and we've had over 2,000 inmates during this course of this time. And when we first started, we didn't have to wear masks or anything. And then in September, so we go over 6 months, and in September, our governor said she wouldn't take, if we had people in jail that needed to go to prison, she said, we won't take them unless you put mask on, that type of thing. We never had any cases until we did the mask.
Yeah.
And then, but even with that, we're back to no mask in there. We haven't had any issues since we've been doing that.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
The other thing,
the mask is a breeding ground.
It's a breeding ground.
Yeah.
It's holding it in.
Yeah.
For sure.
But we haven't had any officers or inmates that were. We've had people that got it, but nobody has been hospitalized or deathly sick. That's just my experience.
Yeah. Exactly, Jane.
Yeah.
Exactly. Where is it?
The pandemic? So,
I don't know.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
when you come down, you do the checklist. All the restrictions that the government has imposed are basically all making it worse. It's like close the gyms. Oh my God, don't exercise. It's not good for you.
Don't exercise.
Don't eat right. Don't.
One of the things that I said right from the beginning is I said people are meant to be together. People are meant to have community. All these people are just at home alone and lonely. And you know what happened? Suicide rates went up.
Yeah.
Depression went up. Other things came that were equally deadly. To me, it was just a sad time.
That's what I said to Christian. I said, I want to see the stats on suicides.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to see that, because I'll tell you that is through the roof.
So and that's the problem with these this website is that
kids are suffering.
Now they are
suffering.
Now they're tracking hospitalization. So, but again, I would strongly doubt. Is somebody checking in for something with COVID, or are they checking in because of COVID?
Mm-hmm.
And so you start playing with these numbers, and
for sure.
The thing is, this is great. The chart. This tab wasn't here. This other one now is. Look at this. I mean, this is the amount of testing relative to positive. So you can kind of see here.
Hi, Roy and Becky.
With the level of tests, how many are the percentage of tests that are actually testing positive, and testing positive means nothing.
No.
Unless, there's an impact on hospitalization.
Yeah.
So the darker blue is intensive care.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a relationship, and that's what they're looking at. I'm sure that's what the officials are looking at now. But you know, for some people it is so serious. You know,
Jane.
Sure.
Yeah, Jane. Yeah, Jane, it's sad. This is what makes me cry, is seeing that. That makes me sad.
It shouldn't be a nanny state, but you know, a lot of people aren't really responsible too, right? It is what it is. But you know, young people like to, you know, maybe not go to bars and all that, but they're more likely to have a positive outcome. You know, so it should be really left to the individual to say, hey, listen, I'm in my 50s, 60s. You know, I may have, you know, some underlying conditions. Maybe I shouldn't go out. Maybe I should have my groceries delivered.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Right.
things you can. Maybe I should get vaccinated because I'm a high risk case.
Yeah.
It should be left to the individual.
It should be left to the individual. Like
So-
we're whatever you decide for yourself. It's your body, your choice. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
And we've personally, I know some doctors and nurses, and I know them on both sides who are, nobody really has any clear answers. And a lot of them have pretty much said that we know that just say, hey, choose how you want to do it. That's about all you can do.
Yep.
Hello,
Agreed.
Roy and Becky. Welcome. We're actually going into a third hour.
Which we gotta go pretty soon.
With Adventure Roads. So that is awesome.
It's been great talking to them. That's why I don't even realize the time.
Yeah, we've enjoyed meeting you guys, and we look forward to seeing posts when we can do it. A lot of times we're in a rural area, so sometimes we have to get to a spot where we can try to catch up on videos and things like that.
We understand, and we really wish that we were in a rural area.
We get it, you know, because when we started the channel, I was working full time. She had her own channel, and so trying to do one video a week was a challenge, and that was before we discovered live streaming.
Yeah, my channel was on health and wellness.
And it used to take me 6 to 8 hours to edit a video, the weekly video.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to just slap something together.
Well, your live stream is very nice, and it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Cool to see the screens popping up and how you guide us through the maps and the different websites and stuff like that. It's pretty interactive, and thank everybody who watched your channel today and all that.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, you guys, for spending the time, the bandwidth, the data.
That's all him.
Well, we're doing a premiere at 7 tonight for Josh did a salmon fishing video with his buddy. But after the premiere, we're gonna flip onto a live, and because we hit the 2,000 subscribers, we're gonna be putting names into basically a bucket.
A cooler.
We're giving away a Grizzly cooler, which we're gonna just have direct shipped, and it's we're excited. So
thank you for mentioning that. I was just gonna mention that Christian is putting a link right now for everybody that's here, for everybody that's watching.
So that's the premiere.
That's
the announcement video.
It's about a 15-minute premiere, and shortly after the premiere is done, we're going to go to a live, and then
we usually during our lives give life updates, what's going on, check out a few things, and then we usually have a giveaway towards the end of the live. So
there's actually, for the giveaway, there's actually a spin the wheel of fortune.
Yeah.
No, but there is one. There is a web-based one that you just put all the names in, and then you spin it. Like it's totally random at that point.
It's really cool.
So it's easier than trying to write down and
send us the link. Maybe we can play with it today if we get enough time.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
Christian will send it.
I think he was going to go old school and just throw it in a bucket.
Hey, it's fun. That's fun too.
Yeah,
But it's
thank you.
All right, on guys.
And Stream Elements and Roy and Becky's Travels. Thank you, everybody, for all your comments and all that type of stuff. Nice meeting your crew there, and you guys do a great job hosting the show.
Everybody that comes on here, we're all friends. They're awesome, and now we got new friends here.
And Tracey wants to do more live streams, as in we used to do Wednesday and Saturday, and maybe we'll start Wednesdays again, and it's just going to be like this: is we're just going to hang out.
And I told him, I said, I like the idea of, like, because we are not going to be traveling so much in whatever, we've got friends that we've made through traveling that I like your idea of just life update. What are we doing today? I love that idea.
Well,
Yeah.
and just one thing we think about YouTube is we're just viewing this like there's so many great people on YouTube. It is just such a great community, so many fantastic people. We have met people in person several times now, and we get the opportunity to like be there for people, help people if we can, talk to people. I mean, we just really love it. So
it's fantastic. It is fantastic. Right now, I think we have somebody that's live, and is it Captain Jack?
Yeah, I think, but we didn't see Captain Jack today.
Yeah, he was. He was there.
Oh, he was there?
So Captain Jack is the next person that's live, and he's probably live right now. We're kind of chewing into his time.
Okay, well, thanks.
Okay, so great. You guys have a great week and a great Sunday, and good luck with the move. And looking forward to your
videos.
Run.
We'll leave this plan while we're packing up.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect, guys.
Awesome.
Take care, guys.
Okay,
take care.
Have a good one.
Oh, what awesome people!
That was fun. That was really a lot of fun, and a little different, eh? It's like a little bit of everything.
I love that idea. I love that idea, though. I told you that. I said I really want to do that. I really want to start just making videos on what we're doing, because I consider you all friends. I've like they said, these people we've met on YouTube, awesome people. I consider you guys friends. I want you to be part of our life. I want to be part of your life, and I think that's a great idea. Just pop a video, say, hey, this is what we're doing. Hey, we're redoing our backyard. Hey, we're redoing our basement. We should have done that, because the transition from what it was to what it is now, I personally think it's amazing. Like my daughter said, it's very homey now, Mom. It looks homey. It looks comfortable. It looks inviting. When we first had the basement, it was not inviting, which it wasn't meant to be. It was meant to be stay out of our space. Now we're gonna have to put up a wall to keep our upstairs renters out of our space.
Yeah, because on the right there, that's where the laundry room is. So they will be coming down.
Like the little hallway there. There's a bathroom. The first door is our bedroom, and the second door is the bathroom and where the laundry room is. And they have to come down to do laundry. So
we do have our separate bathroom. That's kind of cool. But speaking of friends, I'm just trying to. We have so many pictures now. So the whole idea too is like to have people, come down to Baja and spend time with us. So you'll see there's another camper there. So we had our friends, we have friends come and visit, and this was Sue and Henry's camper.
This makes me sad looking at that picture, because I love it there so much.
It's just beautiful there.
Look at that, how
it's beautiful. It's in the Mexican cactus desert. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. And so while you're at it too, check out Cowgirl Parking. That's my daughter, and
she's got a lot of new things coming out.
She's got stuff happening.
Yep.
So friends are cool, and
Jane said you can come here and gray water our trees. Yes, we will have gray water for you.
Yeah, we have no problem producing that, especially if we have water coming in too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I am just so looking for the outro. So are we good?
We're good. We are gonna hit up Captain Jack. I think he's on right now. We're 18 minutes into his time, so it was a great live. I really appreciate all of you guys watching, hitting the like button, the thumbs up button. Thank you so much. We are busy. I'm going back into the house to finish off the renos and get it staged for our new renter
for tomorrow. Okay, so that's it. So we're going to leave you with an outro with sights and sounds of Baja, Mexico.
Love you all.
Okay, and you guys have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week next week.
Absolutely.
I'm Tracey. I'm Christian.